Hey guys, welcome back to my page. This video will cover HR policies and procedures. So let's get started. HR policies and procedures. HR policies guide the actions of an organization toward the achievement of its objectives. Whereas an objective tends to specify what is to be done, a policy explains how it is to be done. Therefore, human resource policies refer to standing plans that furnish broad guidelines and direct the thinking of managers about human resource issues. Some of the most common issues treated in human resource policies are discipline problems, i.e., absenteeism, tardiness, insubordination, and horseplay, promotions, transfers, and layoffs, compensation, pay increases, and benefits, holidays, vacations, and sick leave, email, internet, instant messaging, cell phone, and other uses of technology, and termination. Human resource policies serve three major purposes. 1. To reassure employees that they will be treated fairly and objectively. 2. To help managers make rapid and consistent decisions. 3. To give managers the confidence to resolve problems and defend their decisions. To achieve these purposes, human resource policies should be written and available for everyone to examine. Written policies are more authoritative than verbal ones and serve as valuable aids in orienting and training new personnel, in administering disciplinary actions, and in resolving grievance issues. Human resource policies are typically formed under the direction of top level managers. However, since first level supervisors are involved in administering these policies, input from them is useful in formulating new policies. Employee handbooks and policy manuals. Employee handbooks and policy manuals describe the important aspects of the employment relationship that employees need to know. A handbook is not the same as a policies manual, although most employers combine them into one document, especially smaller companies. Most handbooks only contain summary information about things employees need to know regarding their employment relationship with a company. They should be written in a language that is generally understandable and sets the right tone to reflect the organization's culture. Handbooks that are written by lawyers usually use excessive legal vocabulary and are generally ignored by employees, and they are often overly restrictive for employers. Policy manuals are a compilation of all the policy decisions a company has made. These manuals are usually rather formal and lengthy because they often serve legal purposes. Consequently, policy manuals are more difficult to read. Large organizations are more likely to have policy manuals. Organizations have an obligation to follow their written policies. When issues of fairness go to trial, courts expect organizations to behave as they have promised in their policy statements. Organizations that do not have policy statements have greater latitude in acting as they choose, provided their conduct is not outrageous. But organizations that have official policies need to follow them. When new employees enter the organization, they are frequently bombarded with far too much information to assimilate at once. Many organizations effectively use employee handbooks and policy manuals to communicate with employees and help them understand what they need to know by placing this information on a secure site on the internet. The most important purpose of an employee handbook is that it provides a central information source explaining what employees need to know about their employment relationship. Handbooks that are available on the internet are especially convenient for employees and supervisors to review. Employees have an opportunity to learn about the company, what it provides for them, and what it expects of them. Equally valuable is the opportunity to study this information at their own pace. New employee orientations and others training programs help employees know what is expected of them, but they still need to access this information for review. Most handbooks explain the history and culture of the company and give employees an appreciation of the organization and its mission. Well designed handbooks help to create an organization's culture. Standards of quality and customer service can become general norms because of statements about the importance of serving customers and the value of quality products. These expectations also help to create a more committed and loyal workforce. Employers also benefit from using an employee handbook. Many of the questions that employees repeatedly ask can be answered in the handbook, saving countless calls to the Human Resource Department. Employee handbooks and an attractive company website can also serve as an effective recruiting tool by helping to convince job applicants that the company is a good place to work. There are no rules about employee handbooks or what they should contain. However, most handbooks cover the following topics: a statement of welcome and an explanation of the handbook's purpose, a brief history of the company and information about its products and services, a mission or vision statement, a policy statement on such issues as equal opportunity, equal employment opportunity, harassment, affirmative action, business ethics, a drug free workplace, and the use of email and the internet. Information about recruitment, promotion, termination, and rehire policies. Compensation information, including employment classifications, work hours, overtime, and pay procedures. Workplace conduct rules, including procedures for addressing complaints and resolving disciplinary problems. Information on paid time off, leave of absences, holidays and vacations, summary plan descriptions of benefits such as health insurance and retirement plans, a description of opportunities for training and professional development, emergency procedures and contact information, a brief explanation of procedures for arranging travel and receiving expense reimbursements, a disclaimer that the handbook is for information purposes only and is not a legal binding document, and a disclaimer that nothing in the handbook changes the at will nature of the employment relationship. Employers need to exercise caution in using employee handbooks to prohibit undesirable behavior, especially with respect to social media. Angry comments posted on electronic sites may be very embarrassing to supervisors or damaging to the reputation of a company. But employer policies designed to protect its reputation should not be so sweeping that they prohibit activities protected by federal labor law, such as the discussion of wages or working conditions among employees. Although an employer may want to use broad words to prohibit electronic communications that are injurious, abusive, disloyal, or disruptive to the company's goals and objectives, the NLRB has ruled that such vague words violate the National Labor Relations Act. An employee's comments on social media are generally protected if they are work related and not mere gripes unrelated to group activity among employees. Outside the United States, employee handbooks and policy manuals do not work as well because of various cultural problems. American style employee handbooks are often viewed as heavy handed by employees in other nations, and some provisions conflict with local laws. Provisions that may seem unusual or offensive outside the United States include restrictions on coworker dating, dress codes, open door policies, smoke free and alcohol free workplaces, and nepotism. Other policies may be regulated by local laws, such as record keeping, holidays and vacations, leave breaks, overtime, pay periods, health benefits, grievance procedures, hotlines, and grounds for discipline. It has been suggested that multinational companies adopt a global code of conduct that outlines in broad terms the kinds of desirable and acceptable behavior rather than try to publish a one size fit all kind of desirable behavior rather than try to publish a one size fits all employee policy manual. Thank you for taking a look at this video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment below or inbox me. Thanks again for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.